You know that feeling, that sense that there's more to you than just your thoughts and feelings? Like there's a deeper part of you running the show? Well, we're going to jump into a really fascinating way of looking at our inner world, breaking it down into three key parts: spirit, soul, and mind. Let's dive in and see how it all clicks together. So let's just start with the biggest question of all. According to this biblical framework, what is it that actually makes you you? You might be surprised to learn that the answer is a bit more complex, involving three totally distinct but deeply connected parts of your being. All right, so here's our roadmap. We'll start with the big three: spirit, soul, and body. Then we're going to zero in on the heart, which is kind of the control center. From there, we'll get into a really important Greek word, the nous, talk about what happens when it's in the dark, and finally, look at how to switch the lights back on. Okay, first things first, let's lay the groundwork. This whole perspective is built on the idea that every single person is made of three essential elements: a spirit, a soul, and a body. And each one has a very, very specific job to do. First up, you've got the spirit. The best way to think about this is as your direct personal hotline to the divine. It's described as the organ for God consciousness, the piece of you that's literally designed to communicate with and know God. Next, there's the soul. Now, this is where you live. It's your self-consciousness, the home of your personality. But here's the really cool part. Its main job is to be a medium. It stands right in the middle, like a bridge between your spirit and your body, processing everything from both sides. And finally, the body. This one's pretty easy, right? It's our interface for world consciousness. It's how we touch, see, and experience the physical world around us. So you see the pattern? Spirit for God, body for the world, and the soul right in the middle for yourself. So you've got these three parts. How do they all talk to each other? Well, that brings us to the operating center of your entire being, the heart. And we're not talking about the organ that pumps blood. In this model, the heart is considered your actual self. This verse from Proverbs just nails how important this is. Keep thy heart with all diligence, for out of it are the issues of life. What that's saying is that everything, every decision, every outcome, every part of your life flows directly from this one central spot. So here's the key. The heart is the direct link between your spirit and your soul. And I love this analogy they use. Think of it like an old-school telephone switchboard where the operator has to plug in all the right lines to connect everyone. Every single communication, spiritual or psychological, gets routed through this one central hub. So what's this heart actually made of? Well, it's a fusion. It's made of two crucial components. It pulls its conscience directly from the spirit, and it pulls its mind from the soul. And that unique blend, that combination, that's what makes up the real I, the real you. Now, to really get a grip on the heart, we have to zoom in on that mind component. And this brings us to a super important Greek word that is absolutely central to this whole idea: the nous. The word is nous, spelled N-O-U-S, and pronounced like nous, and it's all over the New Testament. Now, it's easy to just think it means intellect or brain, but it's so much deeper than that. The nous is the faculty that takes those raw feelings from your spirit, your intuition, your gut feelings, and actually interprets them, figuring out what they mean. This flowchart makes it crystal clear. So first, your spirit gets a nudge from God. That's intuition. Then step 2, the nous, the mind of your heart, kicks in to figure out what that nudge means. And only after that does your physical brain take that meaning and turn it into words or actions. The nous is the critical translator right in the middle. So what happens when that crucial translator isn't working right? This brings us to the core problem that this framework highlights: the condition of what's called the unrenewed or the darkened nous. And the Bible does not mince words here. The unrenewed nous is described as corrupted, futile, which means useless, fleshly, and defiled. I mean, those are some heavy-hitting words. It basically means the nous is in a state where it just can't receive or interpret spiritual truth correctly. It's completely operating in the dark. This verse from 2 Corinthians offers a really powerful explanation. It says this is why someone can be a brilliant philosopher, an absolute genius, and still totally miss the boat on spiritual truth. It has nothing to do with intellect. It's all about a nous that has been blinded to that spiritual light. But that is not the end of the story. Thank goodness. That brings us to our final section, which is all about the solution to this problem: the path to spiritual understanding by renewing your mind. And this verse from Romans is the absolute turning point.
Be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. Notice, it doesn't say slightly adjusted. It says transformed. This is a complete overhaul. And the key to the whole thing, according to this framework, is the mind. That's right, the nous.
So what does this renewal actually look like? Well, at the moment of salvation, it's like someone just flips on a light switch. The nous is flooded with light. It's suddenly open. And the change is profound. You go from just believing a set of facts to having a living, active ability to actually know God. And that, we're told, is the very start of eternal life. Now, this is a super important distinction. While your heart and your spirit are made brand new at salvation, it's a one-time thing. Your nous is a little different. It's more like a muscle. It gets that initial jolt of new life for sure, but it needs constant daily exercise to stay sharp, clear, and sensitive to God. So let's wrap up with this final thought. We've said that your heart is your real self, the very core of who you are. But we've also seen that your mind, your nous, is the critical lens that your spirit uses to see reality. So, here's the question to chew on. What does the state of your mind right now reveal about your heart?